Right. Okay, Lamai, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning, sir.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Right. Right. Deepna said you watched the last day recordings, right? Anuli, you couldn't, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. I'll briefly explain the point, Lamai, right? Right. Very press day mean, that when when the press day that we started demand and supply, we discuss main factors affecting demand, right? Our main lesson, demand, supply. We will be doing it later on. And demand, Lamai, there are some factors affecting, right? Like the demand of a product, demand for product is changed by some several factors. These are called demand determinant. Okay, price of the product. What else, Lamai? Prices of other related products, substitutes and complementary goods, related products, then buyer's income, consumer preference or taste, then number of buyers in the market, then my future price expectation. These are the factors affecting a demand for a product. Okay, the Lamai. And we discussed demand function, Lamai. Demand function is the mathematical expression. Okay, the Lamai. Demand function. Demand function. Demand function is mathematical expression, right? Mathematical representation between quantity demand and factors affecting demand, or we can say demand determinants, x, dy, n, y. These are the factors. Okay, Lamai. This is called demand function, Lamai. How to demand function? It's a mathematical relationship between quantity demand and demand determinants, Lamai. Right? Here, simple idea is quantity demand, the value of quantity demand depends on these factors, Lamai. Right? When these factors change, demand determinants or factors affecting demand of a product change, quantity demand changes, Lamai. Right? So this is dependent variable because this is changed by these factors. These are independent variables. You know this point. Then Lamai, this is a demand function. Then other concept is, Lamai, the next concept is law of demand. The law of demand. The law of demand. Okay, the Lamai. Law of demand mean, Lamai, it explains. It's mean, Lamai, you can see here quantity demand is determined by so many factors, right? Under the law of demand, we discuss the relationship between quantity demand of a product and only price of the product, Px, right? Qd and Px, Lamai, right? Here, we assume all other factors affecting demand remain constant, right? What is the assumption? Regarding law of demand, Lamai, we assume all other factors except price of the product Px remain constant. Remain constant. Okay, the Lamai. It's mean Py. When we talk about law of demand, Lamai, we assume all other factors except price, Py, N, other factors. Puta, what is the dip now? What is the main purpose of this making assumptions, Lamai? It's 100%. It's not practical, Lamai, right? It's not practical. But what is the purpose of making assumptions, Lamai? Law of demand means, Lamai, there is a negative relationship. In the law of demand, Lamai, we analyze the relationship between demand and price of a product. Understand? Right? Only QD and PX. Kalana, tell me, Lamai, when price of a product increases, what happens to quantity demand, Lamai? False. False, ne, Lamai? Yes. When price of a product decreases, people try to buy more, Lamai. This is a relationship. No need economics to understand this one, Lamai. Right? If you go to the market, okay, when price goes up, when price of a product goes up, definitely the people buy less of that. It's a normal one. This is law of demand. This relationship is called law of demand. Law of demand. Law of demand mean the negative relationship. The negative relationship. The negative relationship between price, PX, price of the product, and quantity demand, QD. But Lama, here we assume while other factors affecting demand, other factors affecting demand remain constant or remain unchanged. Remain unchanged. This is the assumptions, right? This is the assumptions when talking about law of demand. Okay, then what does it mean, Lamai? Yes, there is a negative relationship between QD and PX, but here we assume all other factors, prices of related products, number of buyers, why all these factors affect demand remain unchanged. Okay, the Lamai, unchanged. Is it practical, Lamai? Not at all. It's not practical. But why we make assumption is the main point, right? I need answers, Lamai. Suddenly, why do we need to make some assumptions? What is the purpose?
To calculate something easily.
Easily, yes. That is the point, Lamai. Right? To make things easy. Remember. Because this, if we think like, oh, if all factors change and like if all changes are taken into account, Lamai, then your calculation and this your study, right, about demand and supply, then it would be so complicated. To avoid these unnecessary complications, Lamai, okay, what we do is that we make some assumptions, Lamai, to simplify the uh, to simplify some, very difficult, complicated practical scenarios. That is the main purpose of making assumptions. Remember. So, law of demand mean, how to explain, Lamai? Law of demand mean the negative relationship between quantity demand and price of the product. In other words, we can explain, Lamai, when price of a product increases while other factors remain constant, people buy less of that good. Okay, when price falls, people try to buy more. This relationship is called law of demand. Remember, Lamai, when defining law of demand, we assume that other factors affect. remain constant. Here my QD is the dependent variable because QD is change by the price of the product. So PX is the independent variable here. Okay, Lamai. Then Lamai, we need to discuss this law of demand in detail, right? Then Lamai, this law of demand can be expressed, can be studied using three main methods. Number one is demand schedule. Demand schedule. Because schedule means it's a table, right? We can show this demand, law of demand, the negative relationship between price and quantity, while other factors remain constant, using a table, which is called demand schedule. Second one, demand curve, Lamai. Understand? Demand curve. That's the second one, demand curve. Third one, Lamai, demand equation. Demand equation. Okay, Lamai. Then you have to learn these three concepts. Here, Lamai, demand schedule, nothing to learn. It's just a table showing both price and quantity demanded, demand curve and okay, the Lamai. Any doubt, Lamai? These are very simple. Demand schedule mean it's a table. Demand curve mean it's a graph showing price and quantity demand. Demand equation mean it's mathematical expression or mathematical equation, Lamai. Okay, demand equation or demand, yeah, demand equation. Okay, the Lamai. Any doubt up to this point, Lamai?
No, sir.
No, these are simple, right? Kalana?
No doubt, sir.
No doubt. Dipna, I think.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Then Lama, let's do one example. Putha, that video I have explained some examples and I'll do some give me 1 minute. Right. Lamai, can you see the screen I'm sharing? The tute?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Yeah. Then thank you. Then Lamai, we can this the everything explain about this law of demand schedule, right? You can see this demand schedule. Demand schedule is a table. Yes, 100%. Demand schedule is a table that shows quantity demanded of a product that consumers are willing and able to buy at different market prices. Then Lamai, demand curve is a downward sloping curve, right? Demand curve is a downward sloping curve. Then demand. I'll do one question including all these, and you can uh, quickly understand the point. Lamai. No, Lamai, write down this question and do it. Oh, I'll. Yeah, and I'll come to the tute later. Right. Okay. Write down this example and let's do it. Right. Lamai, this is a demand schedule, right? Price, quantity demanded. Put the write it down, quantity demanded. In your writing book, quantity demanded. Demanded. This is called P. Price, quantity demanded is represented by QD, Lamai. Right? Right. Lamai, this is a table. Just understand, it's a table. Let's say, Lamai, when price of a product is 8 rupees, consumers are willing and able to buy, let's say, Lamai, how many? Say 1,200 units. Okay, the Lamai. When price increases to 12 rupees, quantity demand falls to 800 units. Right? When price is 16 rupees, quantity demand falls to 400, and when price is 20, quantity demand is 0. Okay, the Lama. Right. This is a demand schedule. But remember, Kalana, demand schedule shows the The number of units that consumers are willing and able to buy. Look at this. The number of units that consumers are willing and able to buy at different market price. At market price 8, consumers are willing and able to buy 1,200 units. At market price 12, consumers are willing and able to buy 800 units. Like that. Okay. This is called demand schedule. Then second one is demand curve. This is a way of drawing demand curve. Right? Demand curve. How to draw a demand curve? Lama, you can watch the recordings. Right? Here price axis, here quantity axis. Right? Price axis, quantity axis, 0. You can see price changes 4 by 4. Then we can take 4 by 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. Quantity demand, we can take 400 by 400. 400, 800, 1,200, 1,600, and 2,000. This is quantity demand. Now, Lama, you can mark these points. Example, Lama, when price is 8 rupees, quantity demand 1,200. When price is 8 rupees, quantity demand 1,200. Point. Right? When price increases to 12 rupees, Lama, quantity demand falls to 800. When price is 16 rupees, you can see consumers reduce the quantity demand up to 400. When price is 20 lamai, no demand. Okay. Then you can see this is called demand curve lamai. Demand curve is always a downward sloping curve. Okay. It's a downward sloping curve. This is called demand curve. This is called demand curve. Okay, the lamai. By connecting these points, you can draw a demand, which is downward sloping. Right? It always downward sloping curve because there is a negative relationship between price and quantity. When price increases, look at this. When price increases from 8 to 12, you can see quantity demand falls. Right? Would I draw this before I move to the equation part? You know this part, Lama, is very simple. Just draw it. I'm going to only one example. This is called demand schedule. This is demand curve. The last one is the demand equation. That do we need more time or Kalana? Dipna?
Done, sir.
Done. Kalana?
Done, sir.
Okay, good. Then Lamai demand equation. Right? Third one, can you remember? There are 3 methods to express this relationship between price and quantity demand. Demand schedule, table, demand curve, and last one is demand equation. Lamai, this is the common or standard form for making demand equation QD equals A minus B. Okay, the lamai. Here puta, QD mean quantity demand. For this part, quantity demanded, quantity demand. A mean intercept of the demand curve, intercept. B mean slope of the demand curve or gradient, slope of the demand curve. It is calculated using delta QD over delta P equation. Okay, the lamai. Then P is price of the price. Right. Look at the board lamai. Then here the first step is to calculate a value for slope of the demand curve. Then we can calculate slope of the demand curve. B equals, what is the equation column? This is the equation of slope. Delta QD over delta P. Delta QD over delta P. Right? Then lamai, delta QD over delta P. Delta QD mean the change between two QD points lamai. Delta P mean change in price. Right? Palana, how much it change is lama here? How much it change? Delta
400.
Q 400. Yes, this means delta QD equals 400. Delta P is how much lama? 4 rupees. Delta P is 4 rupees. Right? Then delta QD is 400 units divided by delta P is 4 rupees. Then slope is 400. Sorry, slope is 100. Okay, the lamai. Then B is calculated. Then you can say QD equals A minus, instead of B, you can say 100 P. Right? Then next step is to find the value of A llama. You can choose any point on the table. I'll choose first one, price 8, quantity demand 1200, QD 1200 at press point equals A minus 100 into the relevant price. Corresponding price is 8 rupees. Okay, the lamai. Then A equals here 800, 1200 lamai. Then A equals 1200 minus, sorry, plus 800. Plus 800. Then A should be 2000. This is the value of A. Then finally, lamai, you can write down the equation, demand equation, QD equals lamai. How much the value of A? 2000. You can substitute 2000 minus B 100. This is called demand equation. Right? That this 200 is the intercept of the curve. Intercept. The intercept of the curve. It's mean lamai. If you extend your demand curve, it will touch quantity axis at 200. This is the value of intercept A. Okay, the lamai. Intercept mean is a place at which your demand curve intersects price axis. Okay, ask anything, right? Then demand schedule, demand curve, and demand E. Let me know once you're done. Lama, let me know once you are done and move on.
Done, sir.
Done. Others, Lama, Kalana?
Done, sir.
Okay. Dipna?
Sir, I did it yesterday.
I did, yes. But this is a different question. Want, you can do it. Right. It's a different one, not example one in your tune. Right. Right. Then you can do example number 3. Consider the following demand curve. Deepna, have you done this question? Third one in the tute? Third question?
No, sir.
No. Yes or no?
No, sir.
Then we can do it. Lama. That's good. Better. Right. Let's do example number 3 together. Consider the following demand schedule of a product Z. Okay. You can see, Lamai, when price is 10, consumers are willing and able to buy 8 units. When price is 17 and 50 cents, quantity demand falls up to 650 units. First one is the draw the demand curve on a graph. Derive the demand equation of product Z. Third one, Lamai, calculate quantity demand are willing and able to buy. You can draw the demand curve, Lamai. Example number 3. First one is the drawing demand curve. First one is drawing the demand curve. Right. Answer for example number, question number 1. Two axes should be there. Price axis and quantity axis. 0. Lamai price you can ten by 10. You can take any value, Lama, it's okay, right? Or 5 by 5. 5. But same distance, 5, 10, 15. Take it 10 by 10. 10, 20, 30, and 40. Demand, Lama, it changes 100 by 100 or 200 by 200. 200, 400, 600, 800. Right. When price of the product is 10, consumers are willing and able to buy 800. At price 10, consumers are willing and able to buy how much, Lamai? 800. When price increases to 17 and 50 cents, 15 here, 17 and 50 cents. Demand falls to 640. 700 here, then 640. Then when price increases to 25, here 25, at price 25, demand is 500 units. So mark the points properly. Then when price increases to 32.35 here, 32.5, 32 and 50 cents, demand falls to 350 units. Here 300, 350. Here. This is your demand curve, Lamai. You can connect these points. You have 5 points. Yeah. You can connect. This is the demand curve. Remember, you can see the downward sloping. Kalana, are you okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Still drawing or need more time?
Done, sir.
Done. Dipna? Tanuli?
Done, sir.
Done. Good. Dipna, do you need more time?
No, sir. Done.
Done. Next one is demand equation, Lama. Simple. Demand equation. Write down the standard form, common one. Demand equation QD equals, what is the equation, Lama? A minus BP. Calculate the value of B pressed. B equals, Kalana, tell me the equation, Puta. Delta QD over?
Delta P.
Yes. Then you can calculate the delta QD. How much delta QD? In the given table, delta QD should be 150. Delta P is, be careful, delta P is delta P. How much lamai? 7 and 50 cents. Okay, lamai. Then 150 divided by 7 and 50 cents. Can you tell me the value of slope of lamai? How much? 20.
Yes, sir. 20.
Okay, good. 20. Okay, this is the value of slope. Then lamai, what is second step? QD equals A minus, then you can substitute 20 instead of B, 20P. Then you can choose any point on the demand schedule. I'll choose this one. At that point, price is 25 and quantity demand 500. Then quantity demand 500, A minus 20 into the corresponding price is 25. Then 500 equals A minus 20 into 25, 500. Okay, the lamai. Then A equals how much lamai? 500 plus 500. Then A equals 1000. This is your the value of A. Puta, what is mean by value of A? Extend your curve. If you extend your demand curve further, your demand curve will intersect quantity axis at 1000, which is the intercept. This is A, intercept. Remember that point, Lamai, okay? And third one is Lamai. Now, Puta, if you have the demand equation, you can do anything. You can answer any question, right? Third question. Kalana, are you okay with the equation? Others?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Dipna?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Last one, Lamai. The particular price is given, right? You need to calculate quantity demand, the number of units that consumers are willing and able to buy at the given price. Okay, the Lamai. Third one, answer for third question. Now you know the demand equation. QD equals, sorry, 1000. QD equal 1000 minus 20p. QD equal 1000 minus 20p. Okay, the lamai. Then QD equals 1000 minus 20 into if price is 15 rupees. Right? If product price is 15, how many units that consumers are willing and able to buy? Right? 1000 minus here 300. Then QD should be how many units, Lamai? 700. What does it mean, Lamai? At market price 15, or if product price is 15 rupees, consumers are willing and able to buy 700 units. Any doubt, Lamai?
No, sir.
Noted.
No. Good. Right. Then Lamai, do another question. This is the last one, no? Right, example number 4. Do it and send me a photo, Lamai. I want to see your graph and especially labeling horizontal and vertical axis properly. Okay. Yeah. Example number 4, Lamai. Here the point is a demand schedule or table has not been given. You have to make a table. Lipna, have you completed this question? I think no.
No, sir.
Then we can do. Following information are relevant for a particular product good traded in a competitive market. When price of a product is 0, buyers are willing and able to buy 500 units. When price rises by every 5 rupee, quantity demanded by 100. Construct the demand schedule. Schedule mean table, lamai. Showing price axis and quantity price and quantity demand. Derive demand equation, draw the demand. Kalana, how to derive the table? Demand schedule mean lamai only 2 columns. Demand schedule means only 2 columns. Example number 4. Price, quantity, demand. This table has not been given. It says that when price is 0, quantity demand is 500 units. 500, right? So the price 0 mean if product is given at free of charge, only 500 units are being demanded, right? Then when price increases by 5 rupees, lamai, demand falls by 100 units. Then at price 5, demand should be 400. When price increases to 10, then every 5 rupees, right? You can increase your price by another 5 rupees, mean 10. At 10 rupees, lamai, demand should be 300. Falls by 100. When price is 15 rupees, lamai, demand is 200. Because every a rise in price by 5 rupees, right? Demand falls by 100 units. And 20, when price is 20, demand should be 100. When price is 25, lamai, demand becomes 0. This is a demand schedule. Right. Do other question and send me a photo, lamai. Hurry up. demand curve and demand equation. Send me a photo, Lamai, completing the. Sanuli, if 20 multiplied by 0, is it 20? Hmm?
No, sir.
Puta, remember this A, value of A mean intercept. Then you can see at 0 price quantity demand or the at price 0 price quantity demand is 500. Or in other words, Lama, your demand curve intersects quantity demand axis at 500. So intercept cannot be 520, right? Instead, intercept is the value at which your demand curve touches the quantity axis, Lama, right? So it should be 500. The mistake is Anuli, don't use B equals delta Y over delta X. No, 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 no. It's not used. Delta QD over delta P.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Puta.
Sir, is it okay to keep QD as the unknown term?
QD.
QD as the unknown term?
I didn't get what you said. QD as
QD as the unknown term?
why?
Because here the intercept is given.
Intercept is given. Yeah, you can use that method, but I want you to do like a normal method in derived demand equation like QD equal A minus BP. Then calculate B pressed. Okay, yeah, actually here no need to calculate value of A. Why? Value of A is 500, Lama. Yes, good. You can use any method, Lama. Yeah. Yes, Kalana, very good. Yes. So that did you get what I said, Dipna?
Yes, sir.
Right. Price axis, quantity axis. Lamai, don't forget to label axis properly. Okay, that's very important point, Lamai. But that here there is a small problem, right? Here we are showing. Look at the board, Lamai. I'll explain that point also. Look at the board, Lamai. But here the demand curve shows the law of demand, the negative relationship between price and quantity demand, right? Dipna, tell me, Buddha, yes, law of demand mean when quantity demand, the relationship between quantity demand and price of the product, Lamai, X, right? Buddha, here, what is dependent and what is independent variable? Tanuli, what is dependent, what is independent?
Dependent variable is quantity demand and
Yes,
independent
dependent variable is quantity demand. Independent variable is price of the product, Lama. Okay. Can you remember O-level mathematics, Lama? Yeah, no, not in O-level mathematics. Like normally in mathematics, Lama, dependent variable is shown in your y-axis. Can you remember? Right? Dependent variable is in y-axis, Lama. Independent, oh, sorry, India, dependent variable is on y-axis. Y-axis mean here. This is x-axis, Lama, right? Independent variable is on x-axis. Okay, the Lama. But what about here? X-axis shows the independent variable, right? That is a normal mathematical law. But Kalana, in our the demand curve, you can see x-axis shows the QD. QD means dependent variable. You cannot do that. According to mathematics, Lamai, this axis should be price axis, independent variable, and this axis should be dependent variable. If you use mathematics 100%. Did you get the point? Sanuli? Kalana?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. But here, Lamai, the economists have made a mistake. They have changed these two axes when drawing a demand curve. Right? So in our syllabus, Lamai, we have to follow, right? Because we cannot change this theories, Lamai. Many books have used, many research articles have used this the wrong way. So we have to practice that way. Okay, here there is a doubt. Yes, I agree. There's a doubt, yes. Right? Here we use quantity demand. We put quantity demand to y-axis wrong. Quantity demand, which is dependent variable, should be in y-axis. Okay, the Lamai, right? But we cannot correct these mistakes, Lamai. We have to continue. Okay, right. Okay, then here quantity demand, here price. It's against mathematical, normal mathematical theory. Quantity demand, price. Right. Price 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. Demand 100, 200, 300, 400, and 5. Okay, the Lamai. Yes, then when price is price is 0, Price is 0. At price 0, quantity demand 500. Puta, this is the intercept. Another name for intercept. You can define intercept A as quantity demand at price 0. Correct? Price 0. This point is the intercept. Actually, in this question, I don't need to calculate value of A again if you are really smart. Actually, I wanted you to do like the follow the normal method. In exam, lamai no need to calculate A separately. Okay, you can see the value of A very clearly, right? A 500. Then when price is 5 rupees, demand is 400 here, like that. And you can draw the this is a demand E. Okay, the level. Then third one is demand demand equation. QD equals A minus B. Okay, the lamai. Then QD equals A lamai actually no need to calculate. A is how much? 500. Okay. A equals 500 minus B. Yes, you can calculate. B equals delta Q over delta. Delta QD how much lamai? Simple. Change in QD 100 divided by change in price 5, then B is 20 lam. Then QD equals 500 minus 20. This is your equation. Okay, the lama. Any doubt?
No, sir.
No. Lipna, Kalana?
No doubt, sir.
No. Remember, Lamai, that the mistake that I explained you, that the dependent independent story, that mistake can be seen only in this lesson. Remember, in other lessons, Lamai, no such a mistake. Consumption, exchange rate, money and banking, monetary policy, fiscal policy, in other economic cost, production cost. In other lessons, Lama, you cannot change axes. Remember. Right. Then example number 5 over. 4 is over. Then example number 5. Consider the following demand curve. Construct the demand. Yeah. Now here demand curve is not given. Right. Draw this demand curve. Example number 5. Now my demand curve is given. No need to draw a demand curve. These are basic things, right? Right. These points, like separately, they are not tested in your exam, Lama. Right? In your final exam, you are given a big question, including these all parts, demand, supply, taxes. Right? Here, what I'm doing is, Lama, that I need to discuss the basic points. Right? So I'm explaining and I'm doing these basic points. Okay, how to derive demand equation, demand curve. Then my supply comes, and both demand and supply together. Then equilibrium. Like it's a long journey. These are basics things, Lamai. Right? So basics are very important, Lamai. If you don't have proper foundation, Lamai, then we cannot do anything. Right? Right. Take time. No, there's no any rush, but understand the point. Right. Put the example number 5. Draw this demand curve. as demand curve has not been given. Draw this demand curve, example number 5. Price axis, quantity axis 0. This is your demand curve. 100. Okay, lamai. Another point, 1 point on the demand curve is given, price and quantity demand. Assume this is point X lamai. At point X, price is 13 rupees. Quantity demand is 48 units. Okay, the lamai. I'll give you this point also. Put that this price 25. This is called maximum demand price. I'll explain the point. Okay, then you are given 3 points, lamai. Right. I want you to derive the equation and answer is one question, right? You can use any mathematical method, lamai. No limitations. I just
Excuse me, sir.
yes, Buddha.
So is that 40 on the Q side?
48
Okay, sir.
at price 13. Quantity demand is 48, not 40, 48. 48 units. Right. Send me a photo, lama. You can use any the mathematical method. Yes, it's okay. Kalana, do you need more time, Buddha?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, very good. Alana, very good. If you can take 3 points to a table, it's wonderful. But that's 60 units, right?
Okay, sir.
Dipna? I want you to derive demand equation. Demand equation equals QD equals A minus BP. Okay, it means you need to calculate the value for QD and the value for value for A and B lamai. That's it. Original demand equation lamai QD equals A minus B, right? Deriving demand equation means getting values, calculating values for A and B. Then you can say QD equals 2000 minus 8P or something. Okay, the main target is to calculate value for A and value for B. If you know the value of A and value of B, you can write down the equation. Sanuli?
Done, sir.
Done. How much the equation?
So I sent you a photo.
Yeah, good. Yeah, this method is also okay. Yeah. Dipna?
Done, sir.
What's your equation? QD equals? Tell me, QD equals? Dipna?
QD equals 100 minus 4.3 into
4.3? Can you send me a photo of a photo of your equation? Hurry up. How did you get 4.3? $52 minus 12. 148. Put that the Dipna. You cannot take values like that. Okay, look at the board. But it's a good mistake, Lamai. Understand? You can recognize the mistake and you can avoid. Okay, QD equals A minus BP. Lamai, you cannot take the difference. Here difference is 52. Here difference is 12. Then 52 divided by 12. You cannot do that. Okay, Lamai. Put up, prepare a table. That's a, Dipna, if you use that method, okay, if you want to calculate value of B, how to calculate B, Lamai? B equals delta QD over delta P. Then if you want to calculate change, then you should have 2 points of QD and 2 points of P. Okay, Lamai. Then here, Dipna, you need to take, yes, 2 points, price and quantity demand, 2 quantity demand and 2 prices, corresponding prices, not any 2 prices, no, right? Prepare a table like this, price and quantity demand. Right, Dipna, I need answers. Put a 100 at here demand is 100. Tell me how much the price is.
0.
0. When price is 0, demand is 100. So I'm going to write down this method. This is good one. It's better than your one. Your one also okay, no doubt, right? But you should be able to take like 2-3 points based on a graph. If you are given a graph, you should be able to take some points. You should be able to create points, right? Then if price is 13, if price is 13, Dipna, if price is 13, demand is
48.
48, right? There's another point. Here, how much the price is? 25.
25.
At price 25, demand
0.
0. Putha, this is called maximum demand price. This is the price that maximum price that consumers are willing and able to pay to buy this product. Okay. Now be careful. Yes. Take 2 points, 2 consecutive points like this. Okay. Here delta QD. Dipna, how much delta QD? 52 divided by here change in price is 13 rupees. Okay. And now you can substitute values. 52 divided by 30. Then answer would be 4. Okay, the lamai. Then QD equals A no need to calculate lama. Intercept is 100 minus table එකක් හැම වෙලාවකම ගන්න ළමයි. ඔයා graph එක මාර smart නම් වාට අවුලක් නැහැ. තේරුණාද? අර mathematics උත්තර මම කියන්නේ ඔයාලට බෑ කියලා එහෙම නෙමෙයි කියන්නේ. මම කියන එක තේරුම් ගන්න. අර මෙහෙම graph එක දිහා බලන් ගත්තාම ළමයි අර ටිකක් ලොකු possibility එකක් තියෙනවා ටිකක් අවුලක් එන්න. මම කියන එක තේරෙනවද ඔයාලට? Okay, the ළමයි. So it's better to prepare a table like this. Okay, the ළමයි. Anything?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Putha.
So if we take delta QD as 48,
Delta
like
QD as 48 here.
yes, sir, that difference, then answer would be different, right?
Different? No.
Because there's 48 difference and then
48. Then here change is 48. Here change is how much?
12.
12. 48 divided by 12. How much? Oh.
Yes, sir.
No. You cannot have different answers. Same answers. Mathematics mean Mama only one answer. Okay. You cannot do like this, Lamai. Okay. Here change in QD is 52 and here change in price is 12. Then it's not corresponding, Lamai. 52 here price, the change in price here. No. I think Dipna has taken that, applied this method 52 divided by 12. Am I correct? I think.
Yes, sir.
That's why. You cannot do that. Okay. 2 consecutive points. If you take these 2 points, change in quantity demand between 100 and 48, the corresponding prices should be 0 and 30, right? Not the 13 and 25. No. Are you okay? Shall we move on, Lamai?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then, Lamai, now you know that if you're given, you know how to derive a demand equation if you are given demand curve, okay, you should be able to manage these all methods, lamai. What is the first step? Can you remember? What was the first step? Table given, then we draw the demand curve and derive demand equation and all. Here, demand curve is given. Demand curve is given. Okay, the lamai. Next step, lamai. Demand equation given, you need to draw the demand curve. That's the last step. Okay, right. But in your level, all demand curves are straight lines. So if you have at least 2 points, you can draw a demand curve easily. Look at the board, Lama. I'll show you how to draw a demand curve. This is the easiest method to draw a demand curve. Look at the board, Lama. Right. Assume you are given demand equation as QD equals 500 minus 20p. 25p. Okay, the llama. Right. Look at the board. Then I want to draw a demand curve. Okay, based on this equation. But no need more points, right? If you can have 2 points, price and quantity demand, 2 prices and 2 quantity demand, then you can draw the demand curve within few seconds, Lama, right? This is a way. How much Dipna here intercept? How much the intercept is?
500.
500. This is the value of A. Then 1 point is okay, Lamai. Why? 500 mean if you draw your demand curve, Lamai, it will touch quantity axis at 500. Then this point is okay. Then we know 1 point. Right? Intercept is okay. Other one is, Lamai, calculate maximum demand price. Maximum, actually you can draw this demand curve if you know these 2 points, Lamai. Number one is this point. This is the value of intercept. Here 500. Other one is this point, Lamai. The price at which your demand curve intersects price axis. Understand? But this is called maximum demand price. Maximum demand price. At this price, QD is 0. At this price, QD is 0. So how to calculate maximum demand price? Maximum demand price. So the maximum demand price means the maximum price that consumers are willing and able to pay. Willing and able to pay by this product. QD equals, it means I'm calculating price at this point, right? QD equals 500 minus 25p, then substitute 0. Why? At maximum demand price, my demand is 0, right? Then 500 minus 25p. Then this becomes 25 plus 500 divided by 25 divided by 25. P equals how much, Lamai? Rupees 20. This is called maximum demand price. It's mean, Lamai, here your demand curve intersects price axis at 20 rupees. Now you know the 2 points, Lamai. What are the 2 points? Number one, intercept. Other one is the maximum demand price. Now you can draw the demand curve easily by connecting these 2 points, Lamai. Okay. Write this down, Lamai. Then, but remember, now you know scales and how demand curve is going. Then you can draw the demand curve easily on a scale, Lamai. How to draw it? price axis, quantity axis. Maximum here price is 20, then I'll take price axis as 5 by 5, 5, 10, 15, and 20. Quantity, maximum 500, 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500. Okay, the lemma. Then how to draw the demand curve? Here 500, this is the value of intercept. Then this is the maximum demand price. Maximum demand. Okay. Now you can connect these 2 points, Lama. This is the easiest way to draw a demand curve by connecting 2 points. Which are, what are the 2 points, Lama? Maximum demand price and intercept of the demand curve. Okay, write this down, then you can do other example. Any doubt, Tanuli, Kalana, Deepna?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Right. Do you need more time? Oh,
Need time, sir.
need time.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Someone can argue, sir, can't I take another points, different points other than maximum demand price at this point and intercept? No, can, Lama, it's okay. No any doubt. You can take any 2 prices, or if you want, for 4 prices or 5 prices. I don't care. But this is the easiest way. Okay, the straight line curve can be drawn by connecting 2 points, Lama. And why? What is the purpose of taking more points, Lama? This is that's I told you, simplest and easiest way to draw a demand curve without wasting time.
Done, sir.
Right. Kalana?
Done, sir.
Dipna?
Done, sir.
Okay, right. My duty is over now. Your job is going to begin. Example number 6. Example number 6. Example number 6. Draw the demand curves for following demand equations. QD equals 450 minus 5P. Do press 1, Lamai. There are 6 examples, 6 questions. Do press 1. But the last 2 are different. Can you see that? Last 2 questions are different. Okay. Right. I'll explain last 2 is a different method. Same way, but slight change. Do press question, Lamai, and send me a photo. Equation is QD equals 450 minus 5P. I want you to draw a demand curve by connecting 2 points. Right? I expect you to take maximum demand price and intercept value. If you want, you can take any other points, Lamai, no any issue. Right? But try to find these 2 points and connect them. That's the easiest way. Because you are not given much time to do this question, Lamai. Right? 36 minutes for 20 mark question, Lamai. We have to do a lot. So we have to use, very simple method. Send me a photo, Lamai, once you are done. Calculate maximum demand price and draw a demand curve on a scale. 450. Yes. Okay. Good. Kalan and Ripna.
Sir, I said my answer.
Okay. I haven't got it. Kalan's one, I got it. Yeah, very good. 90. Yeah, good. 450. Put that, put D, capital D, with the demand curve near to your demand curve. Capital D should be there, Lamai. It shows D mean demand curve. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. Dipna, I didn't get what you said.
Sir, you have seen it.
Hmm?
You have seen it.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes, you have done other parts as well. Good. Yeah. Then Lamai, last pattern is sometimes Lamai, you are given demand equation like fifth one and sixth one. Can you see that? They are different bit. Okay. Right. So here Lamai, are you familiar with these two forms, Lamai? I mean, fifth and sixth one. P equals, example, last one. Put the fifth one, it should be P equals 10 minus 0.1 QD. Yeah? Not P minus 10. No. P equals 10 minus. Look at the board.
Okay. Need to.
Okay. Right. Last one. Example. P equals 10 minus 0.1 QD. Our normal demand equation, Lamai, can you remember? Our normal demand equation. What is the standard form? Subject is QD. QD equals something. But here, P equals something, Lamai. P equals, here subject is P. You cannot draw a demand curve for this equation, Lamai. You need to convert this equation to the original one. What we have learned, what we have practiced. Okay. So how to convert, Lamai? O level mathematics. Okay, how to do it, Lamai? You can take this part to this side. It's mean plus 0. It becomes 0.1 QD plus equals 10 minus P. Okay, the Lamai. Then divided by 0.1 divided by 0.1. Then QD equals, here Lamai, 10 divided by 0.1, 100 minus, here coefficient is 1. Coefficient is 1. Kalana, 1 divided by 0.1. How much the answer?
10.
10p. Okay, the Lamai. This is the equation. Now you can follow the normal method, Lamai, like maximum demand price and intercept. Then you can connect 2 points and draw the curve. Okay, the Lamai. Sanuli, are you okay?
Sir, can you explain it again?
This one?
Yes, sir.
Here this given equation P equals 10 minus 0 point QD is not familiar one. What is our original one? Our standard way, QD equals A minus BP. Did you get the point? But here subject is P.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then you need to convert this given equation to this familiar method, familiar pattern. Here subject is P, right? I want to convert subject P into QD. QD equals 10 minus something, 100 or something. Then I have used O-level mathematics, simple, right? I have taken this part to this side, then it becomes 0. Plus 0.1 QD equals 10, then this P brought to other side, then 10 minus P. Then to remove 0.1, I have divided 0.1 QD by 0.1. Then 0.1 cancel off. Then QD equals 10 divided by 0.1, 100. Then here coefficient is 1. P, the coefficient is 1. Then 1 divided by 0.1 is 10. You can use any method, Lama. You can a mathematical method that you have learned. It's okay. Tanuli, are you okay? Oh,
Yes, sir. Thank you.
okay. Right. Remember, Lama, if you are given this unfamiliar method, unfamiliar one, P equals or something, convert this equation into familiar one. Then you can continue. Okay, Lama, you can follow the method that we have learned. Okay. Okay, Lama. Then these are the way. Remember, number one, Lama, you should be able to manage these all formats. Number one, when you are given a table, you should be able to draw, curve, and derive an equation. Sometimes, if you are given curve, you should be able to derive demand equation. Sometimes, my demand equations given, you should be able to draw the demand curve. These three patterns, Lamai, please practice. Yeah. Then Lamai, this calculate. I mean, drawing demand curve and equations are okay. Okay. Then we can move to the rest of the demand lesson. Market demand and individual demand. Other one is change in quantity demanded and change in last part of demand. Then we can move to supply Lamai. Right. Okay. That's enough today. See you on Friday. Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you, sir.
Okay, goodbye.
Yeah. Bye bye.